Okay, so here it goes. It goes down here.
Oh no. I apologize. Hi, how are you?
So yeah, if you guys been tuning into the show, you will continuously see that boss lady boss lady Well, welcome to Turn Up Tuesday. I'm DJ Cool Kid alongside boss lady T, my boy T-Shirt Lounge, aka CD, aka the man of 200 names, and of course we can't get started without who? Mr. Sterling. Is everything all right? Boom! Now we can start this goddamn show. Welcome. So my live viewers know all that good stuff. And yeah, from time to time, I just act how I want to act. Why? Because it's Turn Up Radio. Woo! Welcome in. How you doing? Oh, you making? Oh my goodness. You on the show. You got fancy camera and all that good stuff. So, boss lady, how you feel today?
I'm well, thank you.
Nice shirt.
You know what I mean?
Turn up. Hey, Cliff. Yo. Don't be jumping off cliffs and all that. All right? Feel good?
I feel
my man. See, Cliff is good. All right. It's cold outside, but we warm on the inside. So let's get to it. We got some great guests in the building, and we are, we're going to introduce them, or we're going to pass the mic around, and they're going to introduce themselves, and we're going to turn the shit up. Boss lady, we're going to turn it over to you.
I'm using your mic. Sorry.
T-Shirt Lounge. How about you turn this mic on the top?
Okay, so as my disclaimer, I tell everybody when you come here, we want you to, when you go home, the first thing you do is take your shoes off, right? When you go in the house, like take your shoes off, take a foot. Same thing here. Once you relax, I want you to take your shoes off. Now we know it's a metaphor. Don't take your shoes off. Your feet smell. I'm gonna talk about you. This boy is handsome, but his feet smell like corn chips. I don't want to do that.
It's okay. It's America.
But again, just taking your shoes off just means I want you to be comfortable. If you feel like you want to sing, bust out and song. If you want to dance, go ahead, let me see you. I mean, I'm gonna have my camera ready, so just be ready. I'm just kidding. You could just do what it is that you do. So we'll start first with the boss and her mic. And you guys just go around the room and introduce yourself. Okay. That's it. Any camera.
My name's Toni Fernandez. I'm the writer, director, and creator of our film series, Still Got the Juice.
Still got the juice.
My name's Tim Medler, and I play Dougie Freeman as one of the actors for Still Got the Juice.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ezekiel Ulukoya, and I play Johnny Freeman as well.
Okay.
Look at his face. He couldn't wait, huh?
My name is Rebel Bueno, and I play Gado Rodriguez, actor as well.
Okay.
But still got the juice.
But still got the listen. Same way I say turn up radio for everything, you better start saying still got the juice. Okay.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay, so how did you get started, Miss Fernandez?
So I got started. Still Got the Juice is 3 years in the making.
Okay.
So my sister passed away December 10th, 2015. So when she died, you lose yourself, right? So I happened to, this guy that did music, his name's John Laborde. He runs Big Stuff Production. He was really good friends with my sister, so he would try to lift me up because she was a singer.
Okay.
And so one of his friends, Mikey, I'm friends with him to this day, was like, Toni, you could either sulk in gloom or you could keep going.
Right.
So that's how Still Got the Juice formed, because people were like, you used to have the juice, because I would do music videos all the time.
Oh,
So that's how I got into film. And then I actually met C.R. Capers in August of 2016, and she's been guiding us ever since. So we were a semi-finalist last year in her festival.
nice.
And we were finalists this year, and we walked away with some amazing opportunities. So.
Okay, so Still Got the Juice is what? Is it a film? Is it like
It's
a series on Netflix or like on
Yep,
YouTube?
it's not on YouTube or Netflix yet, right?
Oh,
So
well,
we're not putting it on YouTube.
Oh,
So that's what Ciara is helping us with.
okay.
She's helping us make sure we're doing it right and not the wrong way. So you can make a film and you rush it and it's all done wrong from the script to everything. So she's guiding us so that everything comes out perfect. So we shot it.
Okay, so what about? So how did you meet these? These are the actors that you audition. They audition.
No.
we want the juice.
Yeah. So actually, it's funny how I met all of them. So I met Ezekiel first. He's of theater. He was in theater, and it's funny because we put up a audition, and he like bugged us, wouldn't leave us alone.
That's right.
Sent us messages after messages, and I'm like, what does this dude want?
That's right.
So finally, the assistant I had, she was like, just bring him in, Toni. He's like bugging me. We bring him in. He comes down. My words at the time. He comes in suave, right, as all guys are. So he comes in, quick story. He auditions, and the great thing about him, he's really good with gestures, and that's important when you're an actor.
Okay. Gestures. What's that?
Show her.
Show me.
Choke somebody up.
Just
Oh,
And
okay.
you'll see when he performs. Like that's important to me as a
I do
writer.
that all the time. I mean it.
Right? So
I did that too.
So when I first met him, I gave him a scene, and I was just like, I don't know. But I gave him a chance, and here we are today. So them two, I met at the same time. So both of them auditioned for the same role. This guy, he just doesn't give up. You can't get rid of him even if you try. So he auditioned. So we auditioned him. We auditioned him first, and we didn't call him back for a while. And same girl was like, he keeps texting. He keeps messaging.
That's right. Persistence overcomes
So
resistance.
we brought
Don't
him
tell them.
We brought him in. I gave him some coaching because I didn't feel that he was there yet.
Mhm.
And I was like, I'm serious about what I'm doing. Right now, you don't have it, but if you go back and you take what I asked you to do and you come back and you kill it, we'll be gravy. And here he is today. Right?
Mhm.
So he came back and he killed it, and he outshined everybody. But then he came, auditioned for Dougie. He was very shy. Very shy.
You shy and an actor? Let me think about that.
Not no more.
Oh, okay.
We
Like, how does
he
that work?
popped his cherry.
Uh-oh. I've been cherry around here.
So, can you say that?
Yeah, you can.
So,
This is turn up radio.
okay, so that means you swear.
You can don't switch you guys. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so with Tim,
That means curse.
yeah,
So
so
people of New York land.
right, so with Tim, it was like we really had to really put a lot to develop him because he was shy. And I write intense scenes, so when it's me giving you something, I need to see it, I need to feel it, and they're all still here today because they put in the effort.
And you also direct? You direct?
Yeah,
it?
that's what we got to
Because
do. I write it, direct it, I help them with their acting. By no means am I an acting coach, but I do coach them on the emotions, and I edit.
Oh, okay.
So I do it all.
Right. It's like boss lady. Oh, I'm
just
sorry.
trying to like see our capers.
Nice. That's right.
That's
That's
what
my
I'm
money.
Yeah. So can I say that too?
Sure.
The Hip Hop Film Festival in New York, as well as the Harlem Film House. I mean, we appreciate them so much because they continue to help us develop as we know.
Okay.
Proud of that.
So what is your goal? What's the goal for Still Got the Juice?
So our goal is definitely to be able to get in the homes of everyone. So our stories about losing yourself and finding your way, as you'll see with the scene that we'll perform.
Mhm.
So it's fun, it's sexy, it's all that, but at the same time, we want to give somebody something with meaning, not the everyday hood story.
Right. Okay. Okay. Hand the mic because I got a couple questions.
Yeah, he got green eyes.
How you gonna be shy and want to act? Like, okay. So what happened when you was like, you know what? I want to be an actor, but you're shy. So how did that come about?
So that did happen in the beginning, but then, as I was going through it, I overcame that and started killing.
Did you always want to be an actor?
Always, yes.
Why? What did you see? What was the movie that you saw that made you think I can do that too?
So as a kid, I was always a big Will Smith fan. His movies was always coming out, and I'm the type of person that I'll watch a movie and I'll like a scene or something said that was in the film, and I'll reenact it. Like the next day when I go to school to make everyone laugh or something like that. So I always applied like acting in some sort of way into my everyday life.
Makes sense. All right, hand the mic. I'll come back to you. So you're She had dreads. Nice.
Yes.
And you're good at gestures. All right, I'm learning to speak English. So, and I want like, what was it that made you think that you could act as well?
Basically, for me, short story. I started pursuing acting not too long ago because of the fact that, like, just like him, as a little kid, I had a vision. I had a dream that I saw myself on the big screen, and I told my mom that, hey, mom, like, I'd like to become an actor.
What you say?
Just
Because I'm a mom, so
right,
my kid said she wants to be an actor.
just like any other mother, she said, pray upon it, and it will come true. So, fast forward years later, I got into acting, fell in love with it. Months later, that's when I got into the audition for Stick Out the Juice, and I went for it, and ever since then, just been on it, grinding.
Nice. Yeah,
He's
Okay.
on Jesus.
Listen, like you ready? Like you can't
Right?
You're
You
ready.
can tell they
Like
rehearsed
you're
it right. Like, this is what I'm gonna say. Give me my
Okay,
chance.
so what made you want to be an actor?
Not always I wanted to be an actor. I just 3 years ago, I wanted to start something new.
What were you doing before that?
I used to like love sports. I used to
okay.
play all types of sports. That was my thing. And then
I don't like baseball, but go ahead.
I love baseball.
I bet you do.
Yeah. And then I just wanted to start something new, and I tried acting because people thought because every time I used to tell a story, I would like act the scenes and stuff, and they were like, "Yo, you should just become an actor." And then people was really telling me that all the time. I was like, "Yo, I'm just gonna try it."
Mm-hmm.
I did it, and I didn't take it serious, but now I love it.
Okay. What's the goal for you?
Whatever it takes me. It's just I just want to go as far.
Like you want to do like a series? You want to do a movie?
Everything. Series, movies, commercials. Everybody wants to be rich.
Right. Rich means I want my money to work for me. That's what that means to be rich. I want to be able to sleep and the money's still working.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Okay, so say you're doing Still Got the Juice, and then Toni says, I got another movie, but I'm not using you guys. What do you do? Because you guys seem to be like right. Because I'm not being funny. Like what I'm saying is, you guys seem to be. I mean, because I guess you're doing this project together. You guys have, formed this.
But it's like a relationship. You fight, right? It's like a relationship. So
I think all the fighting.
Are they difficult? Together. You can be honest. Hand the mic back because I might
get the mic back. So
I'll take the spotlight.
At the end of the day, I always say this. So if you do film or whatever, you get a cast.
We're gonna talk to Jeff because Jeff got a little.
Yeah, filming is like a marriage with your cast, right? So you either love them or you hate them, right? Right. So it's a battle because one, I constantly have to write for them, and for me as a writer, if I'm no longer motivated by you, I can't write for you. So that means you have to go.
So, okay, because leads to my next question. So if you write a script, like this is your script, and then you pick these actors or actresses, whatever. What I'm saying to you is, like, do you write the script specifically for these people, or do you write it in your head? Like, I wrote it for what they want, what you want them to look like, or something like that?
No, you never want to write. It's because when you do a script and say someone with $1 million comes on and you wrote Spanish guy, 20s, they might not want that, right? So I just write. If I'm somewhere and something hits me, I'm gonna write a scene, right? I don't necessarily write it for them. Okay. So, because I like to challenge them, I don't like them to know what I'm gonna write for them, right?
How do you fire them?
Easily. How many times did I do that?
I mean, like,
what
you say, like, get out of here.
So,
scared of my school teachers.
Right. So, I think what happens is, for me, if I let someone go and they're persistent on coming back, like they just won't leave. When you say I'm done, bye, I'm finding other people, and you show up on the set, and the person you just got rid of is on the set.
Oh wow!
So it shows me they're
call security.
it shows me, God, it shows me their dedication, honestly, and how much they really want it, right? So when you tell someone you're done with them and they are still willing to come all the way where you are, that says a lot. Versus, fine, bye. You understand what I'm saying? So the only way that will make that happen for me where it's permanent is if you just aren't giving me what I need from you as an actor. So what I always try to tell them to do is go and enhance your skill as an actor. Acting lessons, YouTube, everything's free. You understand what I'm saying? Record yourself, film yourself, sit in a room, sit in the dark, record your voice. Because if you're just watching TV, you know how you may clean the house, but you can't watch the TV because you're cooking, right? But you're still interested in the TV because their voice captured you. So that's what I'm trying to tell them. Like, not everybody watches TV if they're busy. So you want to be able to still keep them in tune because of the tone of your voice, the emotion from your voice, right? So I've had a few people I did let go, and then they will never come back. And also we have people that have left because I would write something, say I give it to you, and you look at it and you're like, you think you have it, and then you're like, this is too emotional, Toni, I can't do it.
Right, that's fine. But I think when an actor or actress says, it's too, I can't do it, would they ever have another chance with you?
I mean, if they're serious,
right? Because maybe they,
So I look at that. I look at maybe that wasn't the right timing for them. If you never, I think everybody deserves a second chance if you're really serious, right? So I'm always open. I still keep in touch with a lot of people that used to be in our cast, right? So a lot of times they'll reach out to me like, can you still keep me in mind if you know what I mean? You have a role for me, and I always say yes. As long as the attitude's there, there's no go, and you're ready to work.
Do you prefer to work with actors who are like fresh faces, like they're fresh faces? So what if an experienced actor comes and it's like, hey, Toni?
I love both, right? Because one, fresh faces can learn from that experienced actor, right? Because they don't have the experience that that person has. And I also can learn from them. Right. So they may do something totally different on set that I'm used to with fresh faces. Right. So we're all helping each other.
Okay. So have you guys all gone to acting school or something like that? You guys gone to acting school?
Took a class.
Let me ask you a question. What do you feel about, so I was watching something on TV with the comedians. So Lunel is very funny, and she had a problem with Nene Leakes, who decided she wanted to be a comedian too. And what she said was, it wasn't about her wanting to be funny, but they've been practicing comedy for 20 plus years. Like, they have dedicated their lives. And then somebody like her, because she's a TV star, felt like she could just come do it. And she felt like she was disrespectful. How do you feel about, like, there are a lot of actors and actresses who complain about rappers turned actors. Like, what is your opinion on that? Like, people go to school for years and years and years and years and years to be an actor or an actress. And then somebody comes along with a fresh face and they come and kill a scene or something like that. Jeff, feel free to jump in. I'm so sorry that's Jeff Brown. But feel free. I mean,
give him the mic. Let him get some shine. He got the waves.
Okay,
he got the waves. Here, go on my live feed so you can show your waves. They don't got waves. Go ahead. They don't got waves like that. Go ahead. I'm that cute. They don't got waves like that. Oh, that's waves. People like this. So that's waves. That's waves.
I'm getting seats. Right? I'm sorry, really quickly, Jeff. Why don't you introduce yourself to the people?
Okay, so my name is Jeff Brown. I'm the adopted one. I do a one-man play titled The Adopted One, which is about me going through foster care and adoption.
Oh, wow.
And I do it in a musical, comical, and a dramatic way. So I just basically go on a series of events that I experience in my life. And I talk about it, and I do comedy with it. I do acting, and I do music for each one.
So for somebody like Jeff, who has a one-man gang over there, what do you, so again, I want to ask you guys, like, what do you think? Is it okay for somebody to just jump into a field of something, or?
In my opinion, if someone has the if the talent's there and they want to do it, then that's what it should be.
Okay. Okay.
It's all about branding, right? So Nene, what's her name? Nene
Nene
Leakes.
Leakes, yeah.
If the comedians have been doing it for 30 years, right? And they don't have the following like Nene Leakes,
Right.
investors gonna look at Nene Leakes and say, I can make some money from her.
Right.
So I don't care if she's that funny, but she has a following that can bring in money. So at the end of the day, it's down to the dollar.
Yeah.
Like, are you remember Monique came on and was like, hey, they're not put me on Netflix.
Oh, right.
It's even though a lot of people love Monique, they think she's funny and so forth. In this industry, it is about branding. It's about how many people are you bringing in. All right. We put out our first clip. It had Ezekiel and another guy named Brian Fernandez for our first Still Got the Juice teaser. Did almost 70,000 non-paid views. It blew up. So that's what made a lot of people watch us. Like, they're serious. Wait a minute. They got people following them. Wait a minute. This, and that. It's all about branding, and we're newbies.
So what do you guys think about Instagram taking off the likes?
Yeah, we talked about that on the way.
Okay, because
They took off the light.
Wait,
Yeah. Okay, so-
that's why my
okay.
likes has been.
okay, so
The
here's the thing.
Instagram models are in trouble.
Yeah, so now they started on a lot of. If you check now, it doesn't say likes; it'll say views. So if you go into like some pages, they've already started, and then they're going to take away the likes. So how does that help or hurt? You know, see, here's the thing. You take away the likes, it takes things back to originality.
Grassroots.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's my opinion.
Right.
But then there are people who are making hella money because of the likes. Right. So is it fair to stop their money?
But is it fake lights or is it real lights?
Right. Well, see, but I think that's the problem. How, it's no way to tell until.
So I think it could be a good scenario why they did it, because you have people that you don't know who they are with a million likes and they're fake.
Right.
So you're kind of getting money that really you didn't earn.
Right.
Because you really don't. So I'm gonna tell you a quick story, and I know you're like, damn, she talks a lot. I'm a Gemini. I'm a Gemini. Oh wow. You don't like Gemini?
I'm a Cancer. Yeah, no.
Oh, so I'm in the middle of you guys?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
Gemini.
You're Leo?
Two-Face.
That's not true. It's just with dual personality. So I knew this person. We thought the person was like had a lot of views, right? And it was like 1 million views, right? And I'm sitting here and I'm looking at the there's no comments. There's a little bit of likes, and you walk out with the person, and you're like, nobody knows what's going on here. And I was like, you get a lot of likes. He's like, I'm the man, and this and that. It's like you look and you look and you look, and you're like, those views are fake.
Right, because if
that's
we're
why
friends, my friends have
on
something to say. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, that's dope. Well, girl, please. You know what I mean? So I mean, like, and if people are really following you, they will say something to encourage you or discourage you. But
we get both. We get the subliminal messages, and we get the.
How do you feel about it? Like when people say negative things about your podcast?
They teach me not to entertain it because I used to entertain it.
You did?
Oh God.
And what was the
I'm a
conversation
Gemini.
like?
Remember,
Right.
you don't know
What was the conversation like?
Yeah, that strong fight, huh?
Woo!
What was the conversation like? Don't entertain it.
No, they called me up like, Toni, what are you doing? No.
Oh, because you was cussing? You was cussing for time, like ready to grease your face and braid your hair?
No, but there's a form of respect and there's a form of distasteful disrespect. Like if you don't like me and you post this, I just posted something, we're on Turn Up Radio, right? And you see a sub come up like, and anybody can do that. And you know it's you right after that. So why aren't you doing it?
Right.
So they'll be like, Toni, don't entertain that. Stop. Everybody messaging me like, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
It's okay. Sometimes you gotta teach.
But I did.
Yeah,
One time I had to.
Yeah.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we all got the same 24 hours.
Right. And what you do with your 24, what I do with mine.
We all got it. So at the end of the day, it still happens. I'll open my timeline and I'll see sub after sub after sub, but I snooze them or I delete them because there's no point in entertaining it
negativity.
Yeah.
I always wonder why people why do you go on someone's art form to to throw subs. Like, if you don't like it, then don't like it. Like, it's fine.
But some people live for that.
Mhm.
They
Right.
live for that. That gives them a rush just to
'Cause
get under
attention
your
is
skin.
attention.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost like people put their relationships on social media. You're blasting the guy, say I'm dating him, and I'm putting all our business, our pictures. We're happy, and then we break up, right?
Everybody
Right?
knows.
Now everybody knows we broke up because I'm posting bad subs about him. And so for me, you don't know who my friends are. You don't know nothing. I don't tell you anything about me. You know everything about Still Got the Juice.
Okay. What's your social media like? What do you all have? Instagram, Facebook?
Yeah, Instagram.
What do
They're
you
picture
post?
freaks.
Picture freaks?
It's okay. It's
I'm
okay.
just-
I mean,
I'm
what's Instagram
behind on that too.
I mean, what I'm saying is, I'm just asking. Like, I'm just asking.
Look at them. They're posing.
I have a camera over here, just for the record.
Right?
I don't have a camera over here.
Right?
I don't have a camera.
You got to see them perform though, so you know.
Yeah,
what I
because
mean.
that's what we're
Oh, we
gonna
gonna
get
be there
ready
next
to do. We're gonna get ready. They're gonna do a skit right now.
Oh,
How many do you need microphones?
Y'all can just do it.
they don't need a microphone because we have the
We're gonna
mic.
have
That's
it
all.
anyway. I'm just
As a
saying.
matter of fact,
Microphone ready.
Yeah,
you
they
have
got
to need a
push
microphone.
that. So the
Okay.
good thing about this scene, it relates to today. They were very uncomfortable when I gave it to them, right?
Nice.
But we like to make actors uncomfortable. Why? Because it helps you become a better actor. So if I just give you a cookie cutter script and you're like, oh, I do this every day. I could do this. I'm not challenging you.
Okay.
Right? So I'll shut the hell up and let them do their thing.
Okay.
Let's see.
Right
Right
now.
now.
Get up.
That's live here.
Right
Turn
away.
okay.
Is the camera beeping though?
Which way y'all going?
Yep, so turn it.
So this is the camera here. So you guys gonna do to this camera? Yeah.
See, we can't see what camera they are.
Ooh, wee.
I'll get it on right now.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys gotta take your camera out.
Yeah.
You gotta go back there. Stand right back there. Where do I need to be? Because I want to be right
Because
there.
they might
So
knock you
listen.
down.
It's great.
Oh,
Turn up radio. I'm not an actor. I'm just a black guy who just loves music, and I'm loving the environment, the company. Thank y'all for coming to
I'm
the turn up radio.
I'll just watch.
Hi, boss lady.
Hi.
Now, do you guys want to see real acting or real? She trying to knock me out. I'm kidding.
Now he's a real actor, so you guys gotta really impress him,
Let's see.
Absolutely.
right?
Listen, so
That's what we
I'm
do.
hoping, as a kid, I've always
And
wanted
then
to
we'll
get
talk
into
about the
business,
scene after because we don't want
And,
to get away.
Yeah.
You mind if I walk in?
So you say,
Be careful of the
Yeah, watch the
phone.
No, you can't just walk in through there like just bang on the door.
All right. I was just asking.
You can sit.
oh yeah. Sorry.
Who is it?
Yo, open up. It's important.
Yo, did you see the news? I got the end of it. Yo, that was the same party we went to last Saturday, right?
I guess.
Yo, they're saying some girl got raped.
So,
Her gang raped.
what's that have to do with anything?
They said they found semen on her dress.
Who's semen on whose dress?
Damn it. Your semen. Carmen De Silva. She said you raped her.
What? I didn't rape that girl. That was all you. All me? Yeah, all you. What? You were tugging down her and Big Sharon like some maniac that just got out of jail.
Yo, you don't remember, do you?
I would remember if I raped a girl.
No. You're doing it again. You blocked it out, didn't you?
Gato, you know me. You know I wouldn't rape her.
Yo, Dougie, you were drunk. I went into the room with Sharon. You went into the room with
Gato, I didn't rape her.
You joked about how you had her screaming.
But I didn't rape her. I didn't even have sex with her. I couldn't. I was too scared.
She's saying you did. And it's on the news.
Why would I rape a girl when I know how it feels like to be raped?
What? Yo, Dougie, I don't know if you're lying, but the cops came into my house asking
You're not
about you.
listening to me.
No, you're not listening to me. They took a statement from you.
I never told you this. It happened when I was 7.
They asked me for your name and your address. I gave it to them.
Why are you looking at me funny?
I only did what I was told. Yo, you should just leave before they come here. Just leave. There's no other place for me to go. Dougie, I can't help you if you're lying. No one ever helped me. Ever. Dougie, just go. I don't want to see you go to jail. This house is jail. I pretend to have the perfect family, the perfect life. But the word's out now, right? I can see it now. Young high school basketball star. Guilty of rape. Yeah, yo, you should get that before they kick it in. You don't believe me, do you? Oh, yo, I can't protect you. Get on the floor now! Why would you tell them where I live? No, I didn't want to go to jail, and I do! You know this is going to ruin my chances of ever getting into the NBA, right? Yo, you're not the only one handcuffed and accused, but I'm the only one in this cop car with everything to lose! God damn. Was he your brother Johnny? No. Rape? I'm done talking about it. Yo, you know that scar Johnny has on his right arm? I was 12 when your mom let me sleep over. I was in the guest room. And I woke up to Johnny standing at the edge of the bed. I stabbed him in the arm with a fork before he could touch me. I was so scared. It wasn't Johnny that raped me, man. It wasn't Johnny. Dougie, are you home? No, Dougie. No! Don't say nothing, Dougie. Don't say nothing. They never read us our rights. They just kicked down my door and arrested me. What am I under arrest for? Don't talk without a lawyer, Dougie. Wait till I get there. Did you catch the news? Yeah. Look, Dougie's in a situation that neither of us can afford him to be in. Don't worry about the down payment. Just take care of it. And remember, you owe me.
That's the end.
Really? That was great.
Wow.
That was
Yo,
great. Oh my God.
Yo, you guys are amazing.
That was tough.
Wow. Turn Up Radio Live, man. Nice work.
That was a.
That
Oh,
was
Dougie.
amazing.
What?
Oh, my.
You
Yo.
think? Oh, Dougie.
I just want to say you guys
Dougie.
are amazing. Live on Turn Up Radio.
First of all,
That's powerful.
oh my God, that's amazing. Where
Touching,
did that come
powerful.
from? Where
I
did
need a
that,
mic.
where did that come from?
So I think when I write, I try to write, even though the name is still got the juice, I don't want everybody to think our series is urban. So we want to touch on different stories that people don't talk about. So what do you always hear, right? You always hear about a girl getting raped, right? So God presses Dougie, presses him like the cops are coming, the cops. I seen what you did. You was in the room with Sharon. You said you had her screaming. So that triggered him to say, wait a minute, I didn't do this. Why would I do this when it happened to me?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So I know a lot of people that they've been in situations where they're at a party, and you probably know somebody. You go to a party with your friends, you all are having fun, they disappear in another room. Then you come to find out they were raped. You understand what I'm saying? Or you deal with someone, you know a guy, and he was molested, but he doesn't talk about it until something triggers him.
Right.
So he was like, when Clifton, and he should come out too, I know he said, when he booked us on the show, he was like, Tony, bring your cast. I want you guys to perform. I said, we got to be better than the festival, right? So he was there when we performed at the festival. We did another powerful piece there. But this guy, because he's a smart ass, was like, bring it. I was like, really?
Nice.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Nice.
Right? So I like to challenge them as actors, but I took things I see around me, things that are personal, and I put them all in one.
Okay, and I think talking about boys and men being molested and raped is so, like people don't talk about
And
it.
to find out he was also
right, by his brother. Listen, I'm all into the story. Like, what happened next? You know what I
They
mean?
did their job, all the fight
Right.
with them, right? They're like, Tony, don't worry, we're gonna kill it, and I'll have them on. Ask them about how grueling our rehearsals are.
How grueling are the
Here,
Here.
here.
I'm gonna say something.
Let her say something.
I actually love that scene because I talk about me being molested in my play.
Oh wow, we gotta come see you.
Yeah, the next one is Saturday, so I don't know if you guys
Okay,
know.
here we
No.
If y'all here, but I
Yeah.
talk about but I've championed it, because having sex with an older woman is something that young kids, young
Yeah.
men glorify.
Yeah.
But you gotta see it. I don't want to hear it.
He never tells you
Yeah.
who molested him though.
Yeah, he never told
I
who.
never tell.
Yeah.
In my
In
play,
the play.
either,
Yeah.
but
Because that we're
but you
trying
know
to
it's a woman, so
yeah.
but
So we leave it up in the
a
air
mystery.
like
Okay, that's dope.
who did it?
Yeah.
If it wasn't Johnny, who was it?
No. Which then makes me mad because I want to say first Johnny is touching him. Who else is that? What's going on in this family of yours? You know what this means? This is a repetitive cycle. That means it happened to somebody, to somebody, to somebody, to somebody, to somebody.
Absolutely.
It's repetitive. If Johnny didn't do it and he almost did it to him, then that means something happened to Johnny too.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
See how I'm thinking?
So that's
Thank you.
the reaction you guys are giving us. That's why we love New York. Because we know we can see your face if it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's dope.
We love ourselves. So
Mhm.
I love to write things that people can relate to, even if you've never been raped or even if you've never been molested.
Right.
You know somebody who has, and hopefully you can help one person.
Right.
You know.
Right. I want to say, you guys were awesome.
Yo, you don't have no. Yo,
You guys
wow.
are awesome. I want to, Turn Up Radio. We always do, we're all usually about music, but
He does music.
Oh yeah, what do
He
you
does
do?
a
You
little
sing?
something and rap.
You
That's
sing?
what I want to get into.
We both
singing.
do.
Do
I
you know
used to
how to
rap.
sing? You know how to sing? I mean, well, you got a mic in here.
Yeah, you do.
CD, we got folks in here tearing up our stuff. I want to say something.
What did Clifton think? Because he watched us at the
Hey,
Hip Hop
Cliff.
Film Festival,
What did you think?
and that's how we got
Step on
connected.
out, Cliff. Come on.
They
I don't
can
know
hear
you don't,
you.
but
They
come
can
on,
hear
man.
you.
Come on. Let's see you, baby.
Because of him,
Right,
we're
he's
here.
fine. I don't want him to move too much.
Yeah,
I've been looking forward to bringing these kids up here. I
Uh-huh.
saw them at the Hip Hop Film Festival,
Mm-hmm.
and the night that she won, what was that? The finals.
Yeah.
Nice.
HR and them was talking about putting together something for these development deal.
Mhm.
There's a lot of things that's happening like that in New York, where
Ciara is
people,
awesome.
with the things that this lady's doing, is like she's blowing
Yeah.
my mind.
You gotta hold
Yeah.
your mic up.
Yeah, let him
Cliff,
sit down.
You gotta,
Yeah, let him sit down.
hold up. You gotta hold up the mic.
Yeah, let him
Sit
sit
down
down.
over there. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, Ciara
Just
Kate,
hold up the mic, please.
Yeah,
she's doing things that no one's doing.
I mean, even the things that she's talking about as far as helping African Americans in the future, as far as getting us connected to Cannes Film Festival,
Nice.
being able to get in there, not having to go into Cannes, going through Hip Hop Film Festival.
Right.
When she said that, I was like, she's serious about this shit.
Right,
no,
'cause you know
she's dead
people.
serious.
Listen. In the business of entertainment,
You should go this
people do a lot of fast talking, and I tell people all the time, don't fast talk me. I think slow. So no, people, I could do this. Yeah. I'm gonna do something.
Yeah, but CR Keepers does not waste her time with you. When I met her, I had my phone. I showed her a clip of him and the other people, and she was like, I want to work with you. But it took me 6 months to work with her. But she wanted to see if I was serious.
Yeah.
If
Right.
was I
Isn't that
just
what you
somebody?
All right then.
As I met my match,
Right.
he's beyond my match. But like he said, like Clifton said, there is no other festival like that. Even with the Harlem Film House, they have programs for women. The Boss Chick, damn, I'm stuttering.
Wait,
Huh?
repeat. He said they have what?
They have
Boss Chick.
They have the Boss Chick University
Okay.
where women can come in to learn how to be entrepreneurs, but they also teach you the filming business because a lot of times, if everybody's out there watching and you're trying to do film and this is your first time doing it, because I don't hate on anybody, I like everybody. Even if you don't like me, I don't really care. But know this. To be in this industry, you got to know the business. You can't just pick up a camera, write a script, and think you're going to blow up. You need the right team behind you to do it. Nobody can do it by themselves. And your attitude will dictate your future. And that's all I got to say.
That's amazing. I want to say.
I'm just taking this.
No. It's fine.
We need those gems.
I want to say we teach the same exact thing in music. Like we always say, Turn Up Radio is a platform for unsigned artists. Whatever your artistry is, most people are not signed to a, 50 million movie deal or a record deal. But we teach people that you can have a gift, and that's great. But your gift is supposed to make room for you. But how does it do that? You have to learn the business that you want to be in. And everything is a business. Whether you are an actor, it is a business. I don't want to hire you if I don't think you have a look to bring in people. I don't want to hire you if you don't have the ability to draw me in. If you draw me in, then I know you'll draw in a stranger.
Right.
You understand? It's not about your friends. The same thing is in the music industry. So you got a nice voice. All right. Who's going to buy it? Would somebody want to see you? Would they want to... You know what I mean? But you have to learn the business. Everything is a business. And it's okay to learn the business of your craft. You should. You have to, be excellent. So being excellent means learning everything, even the things you don't want to know. I don't like accounting, but I want to know how to count my money properly. I want to pay the right people. Let me pay the IRS their money first. And then I could work. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so it's important for you guys, for everybody to learn the business of whatever it is. If you want to be the maintenance man, I don't care if you want to be the maintenance. You want to run the maintenance, you want to get you a little cleaning company, learn the business of it. And that's the biggest thing.
And don't hire your mother to be your marketing when that's not her expertise. You have to get the right person in that line of work to be able to market you well.
Okay, because that was something I want to ask
sales and
both of you. I want to ask you both of you.
Really, for my day job.
For instance, like Jeff, you have a one-man show, and Toni's over
Can
here
I have one of those?
with her whole.
Someone gave you those?
Yeah.
Okay.
With her whole.
Where's your show?
I just want to
Yeah, because I'm just asking questions. Never mind me.
I'm sorry.
So my question is, how do you not hire your family? What I'm saying is, like, how do you keep your friends who say, "But I know how to sing too. I want to be an actor too." Now, or I want to help. Yes, that's why I'm going to give you guys a mic. So you can go first. Like, what do you say?
They're gonna be like, she's hogging the mic. I don't like her.
No. I
It's
think
okay.
I don't like you.
Listen.
I'm asking you because you're boss.
So-
That's why I'm asking.
So the reason why, because you lose good friendships, good people. I've lost a lot of people that I really cared about because you hired them, you put them in your stuff, right?
Okay.
And even with your cast, when you become friends with them, you become obligated to keep them, right? So you don't want to put your friends, your family, because they're not going to work as hard as someone that you don't know.
Yeah, basically, family and friends, they don't take it as serious.
Yeah.
You gotta create that boundary unless you have a friend. Sometimes you have friends and family who's like, listen, we got to get you to the next level, and those are the people that you want to put along. But when you have someone that's a close friend that you've been cool for so long, and then you try to put him in a position, he don't really want to move the same way as somebody else who actually see the vision for you. So it's like, you know what, you still family, let's stay family, and you just be family, and then I have this person over here who's going to handle the details.
So what do you say? What do you say to your because I feel like you two are on a rocket to going, up. So what happens when you get that deal and you have, so then you like, I'll use myself as an example. My family is very heavy in talent when it comes to music. Very heavy in talent. But here's my thing. And just like I don't want anybody to put their name on the line for me if they don't think I'm serious as well. Because in any industry, the only thing you have is your name. They have to say, Toni Fernandez, I remember her. You know what, that girl, I don't like her, but I can tell you one thing, and this is what they'll say. Yeah. They might not like your personality, but they will like your work ethic. You understand what I'm saying? So with that, it's the same thing for me. My thing about it is I don't mind being the person to give you a platform. Like if I'm gonna give you the platform, now what you do with it is up to you. Now, do I have to have you in my, 5 people circle? No. You understand what I'm saying? Because again, I know you, like we related, same blood. I know how you act when you get a little something in your system. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how I am. So for you, if you have like, say somebody like Tyler Perry, I'm using him as an example because he's doing some amazing things. Like, if you had it like that, would you still hire your family or no?
I think that I would just I would definitely hire them, but I would take the leadership role and see what are their strong suits, and then appoint them to certain things. I won't sit here and just give them this and hey, you got this and go ahead and do whatever.
Especially if they never
because that's how they mess it up. So I'm gonna be like, this is what we doing. You want to make some chicken? You want to make some bread? All right, this is what I see you doing. Let's do this. If you're good at that, then we can do that. But if you try to just give everybody something, it's just going to crumble because they don't know.
You need the mic up.
Oh, okay.
They don't really know.
Right.
Yeah, dealing with oh shit.
Don't fall. Let me get my camera.
Plant your feet.
I have money in here.
Let him sit right there.
Flag on the plate.
So,
no, ain't no food in here, but I had no insurance.
Dealing with family members.
Mm-hmm.
I've been dealing with that over 34 years and shit. And I've got to the point where those are like the first motherfuckers I fire. I have no problem firing anybody. Well, you already know that type.
And that's important.
I can't have anybody destroy my project. And just because somebody's your family member and they think that you got to put them on because
they feel entitled.
They feel entitled to something that I've been busting my ass for 50 fucking years. What were you doing? Waiting for me to get in this position so you can come and talk about.
But what about people who probably, and I want to say, I can say this for myself. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a star. Right. Okay. So, and then I stopped. And then what happened is my best friend afforded me an opportunity to do music again. So it wasn't that I didn't want to do it. It was just like, and then when I see somebody who I'm close to doing it, it's like, oh man. Sometimes, you have a gift and you start doing it, you might wake up somebody else's gift. So you have to be mindful of, are you waking up somebody else's gift or are they just trying to ride your coattail? You understand what I'm saying?
You have to be able
so
to tell
how
the
do you,
difference.
right,
you can
telling the difference.
When you're in tune and aligned, then you definitely know the difference.
Somebody that wants to be a star,
you
can't stop.
Yeah, he tells me I'm a star.
I want to be a star. I was going to be stepping in the middle of the sidewalk.
Like with her. Even when I said I'm going to bring her on here, because she's like, never not fucking, I could log on, no fucking pay her. Yeah, I'm over here. She's always fucking doing it.
I don't play with you. Sorry, that's a Tanya quote. Bust any quote. I don't play with you.
That's a Tanya quote?
Yeah, Tanya.
She's dangerous.
I don't play with you. Sometimes. I'm really nice.
She beats
All right,
me.
I'm lying.
She beats me.
Didn't I tell you to stop telling me?
She doesn't beat me. She doesn't.
That's
You can
right.
actually
Wait,
cast
what
her.
month is
You
this?
can cast her for
It's
something
November.
good.
Okay,
No, I'm kidding.
I don't beat you anymore.
She doesn't beat me anymore.
Always does that. That's not even funny. But people don't really think I don't beat
The point is this. You gotta think about your product. You gotta think about your product. That's number one. Nothing comes of or beyond your product. Friend, family, whatever. Like me and Jamal, we sit down, we talking about projects that we got a lot of shit that we're working on. And we be looking for a reason to fire somebody.
What want to fire people?
They're trying to fuck about shit. You know what I'm saying? If you're not bringing your A game, right, to the table,
Be on the way.
if you're on the way. It was a couple of months ago. I had we had an actor in this film that's getting ready to come out as a horror film that we think is going to take us to Hollywood. This guy had one scene he had to go through. We cast him because he was like eye candy for the ladies, and he was able to bring the emotions. He was actually the guy that hit this kid. When he comes to the fucking audition, not the audition, he comes to rehearsal, but we had already cast him. He wasn't the best. There was another guy who fucking slammed the audition. other guy went. Jamal and I we talked about this dude. Because okay, we gotta teach him a little bit, whatever, because you know, the way he looks, he'll fill up the camera, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
People will be going like just the way he looks.
Right.
You know, we could teach him the other fucking shit. Comes to the fucking rehearsal. Jamal is sick. He comes late. Then he comes in talking about he doesn't know where his fucking phone is.
Hold it, Mike.
He doesn't know where his phone is.
Mm-hmm.
All right? So he comes in. Now, mind you, we was at the club around the corner of this turkey. We had booked time in there, and he was already a half an hour late. So Jamal was sick. He had like he was like really sick. So I go downstairs. I change the time for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Move the time back or whatever. Sit down. Okay, all right. You know, time is moved back. I start rehearsing. Oh, my phone. My phone. Okay. This was Martin Scorsese or Spike Lee. Spot. Them niggas wouldn't have known you had a fucking phone. Right? But you gonna come in here and you gonna take us. I said, you're unprofessional. Oh, why you coming down on me like this? And the third. I ain't need to make friends with you. Right? Let's straighten this little ass out. He's mad at me now too. Still, I don't care. But he wound up doing a great performance. That's unprofessional.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So if you don't have that type of passion for your work, and what I tried to explain to him, I used to be the head director of that theater across the street. There's a theater across the street. I used to be the head director of that theater. And one night we had a young man that was doing a 5-part show with 5 different women. And he was getting ready to get married. And these are like the last 5 women that he had screwed over.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to have dinner with them and, you know, just talking about, you know, what type of an asshole he was, because he didn't want to be an asshole. Right. So the show started, the curtain went up at 8. This is like 7:30. We were still trying to find some props. So me and we were trying to find his fucking phone had been ringing for the last fucking hour. Ring. He's like, ring. Like, damn, man, you sure you want to get that? Nah. He said, I better get it. So now it's like 15 minutes before curtain call. He goes on the phone. He goes, yo, Cliff. He says, my mom's. My father just died.
Oh, wow.
So I said, your father just died. That's it. He said, he'd been trying to call me this whole fucking time. So I said, look, let's go downstairs and talk to the director. You know, we did. And then she was like, you know, this is like very devastating to you, whatever. So he was like, ain't nothing I can do about it. You know? He said, nothing I can do about it, but he says, the show got to go on.
Wow.
Yo, I was scared. I was crying and shit. I was looking at this kid. This kid's like 20 years old. And he had
So
to do
I gotta let each and every one of y'all bye. You, your curtain, the audience. I got to go. But
well, I understood what he was talking about too.
Right.
It was nothing he could do about it at that moment.
Right. I was gonna
Right
say
at that moment.
because
It
I
was
probably
nothing-
would have stayed and still.
Right.
Right.
There was
definitely
nothing.
happened to me.
Yeah,
There was nothing that he could do.
Right.
So instead of just, you know,
Throwing it in there.
yeah, because we had an audience.
What is that?
We had an audience outside waiting to come in to see the show
Right.
over there. You know.
So let me ask you a question. What if you have the best actor? Like he is the best or she is the best. And you just can't stand their attitude. Like they are the
we've had
best?
That. We've had a really, out of everybody I've had, we had 2 really good actors.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, outstanding. Like you and Jamal would, you know what I mean? But their attitude was so hard to deal with. And if you could be, it's like a job. You could be the best worker,
Mm-hmm.
number 1 in sales, but your attitude stinks and nobody likes you. I gotta let you go
Mm-hmm.
because everyone's gonna leave me if I don't let you go.
Right.
So that's a business decision. Do I, like you said, do I hurt my brand by keeping this guy? Or do I let him go and let him flourish somewhere else? Because my brand's important to me. And if my cast is looking like this, because I still have you and I'm keeping you because I feel you're the best, I gotta make a business decision. And that would be to let him go.
Okay. So
And I like that he said that because we're still new to this, right? You have a lot more experience than we do, so it's good that they hear what you're saying. So now you guys can say Tony's complaining.
Yeah, sir.
Tony's
I will
complaining.
fire your ass in a minute. I'm serious. I can replace an actor in 5 motherfucking minutes in New York. I've done
Right
it.
in New York.
Right in New
See,
York.
and I think that's
Right in
another
New York.
thing.
And I've done it more than once.
I think
Plus-
that New
Fuck
York
that.
City is I always call New York City crabs in a barrel. It's a lot. It's a lot of
Really,
actors and actresses and music people, you know, on every corner there's somebody, you know, every waitress is an actress too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we have to be mindful. And I think that sometimes, what do you think is going through the head of an actor or an actress when they're being like, you know, temperamental or like, you know, you're not on the big screen, you're not even on Broadway. Why are you acting like this? Like, do you give them a chance first? Like, do you talk to them first? Like, cut the shit. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, what do you say? What's the conversation?
So I'm known for giving chances, right? So I'm learning from Clifton. You know, I learned from CR. I learned from a lot of people. Like at some point, Tony, you just like he said, you got to be like, you're out. Bye. It's over. I don't care how good you are. This is what's important. But you do have that talk with him. Like, hey, listen, you know, it's more professional to not do it in front of a lot of people because I have to control myself because I may say it in front of the entire cast, like, you're fucking up. You understand what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So you get to that point because if I'm teaching you, if I gave you something a month ago and you still don't know it, I'm going to be frustrated because they're ready and you're not.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So you're holding everybody else up because you don't know what you're doing. You haven't embraced your character yet.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So I'll have that conversation with you, right? But I'm going to watch you.
Right.
And if I start ignoring you, you already know you're out the door, right?
Okay.
Like the conversation is important first because if he doesn't know that he's not doing good,
Right.
you never
Because
gave him a
that's the problem.
chance.
Right.
But if he knows, keeps doing the same shit over and over.
Okay, so let me ask you guys a
I'm nervous
question.
for the future
I'm
person.
gonna ask you guys a question. because
Yeah, we
you're
don't
gonna
play.
get
We're on a tight ship.
You're
I
gonna give
thought I
you're
was
gonna hand
bad.
those mics to them because at the
You
end
saw
of the
their
day,
performance, right?
yeah, okay.
Amazing.
I mean, I'm gonna ask the question first.
Ask
and you
about their
decide who wants
rehearsal.
to ask because I want to ask you a question. What happens when you're working with somebody who's temperamental? Like, okay, that's the boss. You could make a complaint to her. That's fine. What do you say to your fellow lesbians when they're, you know, like being an ass? Like, do you say something to them or do you just go to your boss? Like, what do you do?
All right, so I'm gonna say something to them, so that they can get their head in the game before they are, you know, replaced. But yeah, I talk to them first before going to.
What happens when they tell you like, I'm better than you? Because think about it. I'm an ass. I'm an ass.
We don't do that.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, we don't
I
do
won't
that.
tolerate
We don't
it.
do that. Yeah, because I mean,
If you
at the
have
end of the
somebody
day,
like that in your cast, you need to get
Get rid of them
right
easily.
away.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
we've had that, and that you're gonna have those problems in the
Right.
future. And this guy once told me, he was like, Tony, if you don't get rid of that person, watch what happens. And he was right.
Mhm.
Once somebody tells you, I made you, I did this, I did that, if it wasn't for me,
Ooh.
it's like, whoa.
I don't like I. I'm not an I person. I don't like it.
So I'm always
That's it.
on them to work as a team. If I see someone post something like I correct them like it's we. Even when you see me post, I say, still got the juice is gonna be here, not just Tony's gonna be here. It's so.
Do you guys rehearse without rehearsal with her? Like,
Yeah,
you
on our own.
guys
Yeah.
get together.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, lying
Okay.
like a motherfucker.
I
cannot.
Yeah.
Boss says y'all lying. I don't know who to believe.
3 against 1, I don't know.
Ooh, 3 against 1.
Why don't we play our last conversation? So at the end of the day, they're here for a reason, right?
Mhm.
Because they know I'm real tough. Like you said, there may be people who don't like me, but they'll know my work ethic. They know I don't play, even though they're not in the
People
cast
don't like me
anymore.
all the time. I don't really care. Oh, sorry.
We
Just so
wanna
that I get
win.
in trouble
We wanna make
every
it.
show because I always say something. Because I don't care. But at the end of the day, I do feel like this Turn Up Radio is the learning platform. This is where you come to make your mistakes. This is where you come to have your interviews here. So when you all are big superstars,
We can come back
remember
and
Turn Up
harass you.
Radio. Don't worry, we won't be here either because we're moving up too.
Hey. So yes.
I'm just saying. So
That's what I just
You
want to
know.
add one more thing before first. What I because I didn't get out to say before. What I found out about the young lady.
what the clip? I'm not gonna tell you
Wait,
again.
guess what?
This director
Wait, I want to stop you
here-
guys for a second, right? I want to say something, right?
Cool.
I'm actually proud of Boss Lady. Why? Because she's making you do something that I
Yeah, look.
repeatedly every second tell her to do. And she tells somebody to do it. So it's
Oh,
really
wait a minute.
amazing watching
This
her tell you to
episode
do
they
this.
tell you-
You gotta make
Yes,
her forget
every
what
week.
it's gonna say because
She has the mic over here, so I seen her.
It's a mirror for her. That's why.
So you like coming down on me for something that you don't do?
Isn't this your profession? Aren't you the director? Hold the damn mic. Now go ahead on and get your thought out. Don't make me.
It's
You
not.
showing off in front
It's
of the
not
people.
hypocrite.
So
I'm just asking.
my name don't
What I'm
change.
saying, when I met this young lady, she never presented herself as a female filmmaker.
Right.
I never got that vibe from her. Like, oh,
Right.
I'm a chick. I make this. So it's always that she's
He's a rapper. Don't mind.
not a rap.
Don't start. I'm not even
Bang!
kidding.
Don't stop.
Don't start. Snap.
Snap mania.
It's so silly. So silly. Go ahead.
Ain't that sick? So yeah, so she always carries herself in that way, which I think is very powerful, and will take her further because she's not going to allow people to categorize her as a female filmmaker.
So with that, you don't want to be known as a female filmmaker?
I'm a filmmaker.
I'm a filmmaker.
So
Okay.
our
Nice.
film is diverse. We have, he's Dominican, he's African, we were all African, but he's from Nigerian. Me and him is Cape Verdean, even that's African.
Oh,
So we are, that's why I have the last name Fernandez, but we are a diverse.
I choose Puerto Rico.
No,
Just kidding.
I got Puerto Rican friends, but
Just
we
kidding.
have diverse. The reason why, like you said, I don't define myself as a female filmmaker is because that's when you stop limiting yourself,
Okay.
right? So
Okay.
what if he wanted to work with me, but I keep saying I'm a female filmmaker and I'm not gonna do all that political shit. I just want to make great movies.
Okay.
That's it.
Do you
Yeah,
have
which is
other
very
scripts all
important.
packed up?
Oh,
in there?
yeah,
You
we
like,
have-
what do you have? Like
So we have
notebooks?
Still got the juice is our baby,
Mhm.
right? But we are working on the word is out. We have that too, and we have another project that we are working on also called When I Knew You. So we are putting things where they need to be, but with CR Keeper's guidance, we are making sure we are not rushing anything. We are not throwing anything out there. And like this platform right here, that's more people that got to see our actors, that got to hear our story, and they can watch, turn up radio and be like, yo, did you see the cast has still got the juice on there and they did this scene? We want to keep doing that.
That's good.
Okay.
We want to keep doing that.
Nice.
And we
nice.
appreciate Clifton bringing us here, you guys giving us the opportunity to come and show what we have. Quickly ask them about how our rehearsals go.
yeah.
Oh, great. Fun.
You hear that?
I know that's the way. I
You
don't
said
know.
fun.
It's like, I don't know.
Let them answer.
Go ahead, let me hear some truth, please.
All right, so the rehearsals honestly is a lot of hard work. You know. Toni is perfectionist, you know. She is she's really on us and we do our best to bring out what she wants. And
It's not what I
it,
want,
and-
it's you becoming the role, right? You be embodying the role, and that's all I try to teach them. Like I said, I'm not an acting coach, but I know feeling, right?
Well, you wrote it. You know what you want it to look like.
But you can have writers and they write something and the actors can't feel it.
I don't
That's
want-
true.
I don't want to.
that.
I don't want to see that. Then. I mean, okay, so I'm not an actor, but when I go
You
to
can
see
write
a
something
movie,
and you give it to them and it's how you felt when you wrote it. So if I'm just writing something because I want to be famous, I'm not gonna get that same from my actors because I'm just throwing shit out there.
Yeah.
But if I'm giving you meat and potatoes and you gotta keep digging through to get to the gravy,
Mhm.
you're gonna stick around longer to see what
And then
we
when
got.
it's with a script like that, when somebody submits the script,
Yeah.
we got to give it to a director.
Right.
Of course, they didn't read it and then put his interpretation or
Right.
spin on it.
Right.
You have to look for the feelings and emotions.
Yeah.
I want to say when I see a movie, I don't want to look at you as Bob. I want you to be the character for
Right.
you know who it is. You know, like when you go to a movie and you start watching it, this is how I judge good movies. Oh snap! I didn't even think Like I'll use Ray. I never looked at the movie and thought that's Jamie Foxx. I was just thinking, Ray, you are terrible. You know what I mean? Like I'm cussing out the screen. Why you grab that fat lady's arm like that? You know, so that's how when I watch a movie, I want to get into the movie. Like I don't want to see you, the person. So how do you unwind from the characters? Like, okay, if you have an intense, like you just did a very intense scene, how do you de-escalate from that? Because that's intense.
But to get into character for it.
No, how do you come out of that character?
Come out of it.
Is it easy? You just
Really
like that's
question.
it?
Never thought about it, honestly.
You know, okay, so I'm gonna tell you why. I saw what's his face? Jack Nicholson was talking about being the Joker. And after he was the Joker, because he was the original first one, he said after that, every actor that plays the Joker needs to have therapy. And they thought he was like being extra. He was like, it was so hard to stop being a maniac, to be honest. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was difficult because think about it. You're on set for how many hours? You're doing, and your scene might be 20, 30 seconds or whatever. And you still have to prepare for that scene and you have to become that character. So how do you come from that? Like, okay, and it's a wrap. So now I go home and who am I? You understand what I'm saying? So like, how do you stop?
I know what you're saying, but in my opinion, I feel like the Joker, like that kind of role is like that's
intense.
Yeah, that's highly intense role.
I
feel
seen
like
the new one too, and it made me leave the theater depressed.
Really? Yeah.
Because it reminded me
love
of my sister. You know.
Oh,
what I mean?
okay.
See, he was saying that. I love that fucking movie.
Yeah, I loved it too.
First of all,
I love
Joaquin,
I didn't see
the cat.
First of all, I
Joaquin-
think he's a little.
Yeah. So once I heard that he was actually going to play the Joker, I knew this guy was going to get the Oscar because he
Yeah, that dude's definitely.
He's played in a lot
Yeah,
of
he's
good
played
movies.
yes, I was gonna say, and he
He's
has
gonna
become
really
the character. Yes.
realize.
Okay, well for
Yeah,
you,
that's his
yours
best
is a
role, right?
one-man show about your life and things. That,
Where's it
how
playing?
do you
Brooklyn Commons. It's a place in Brooklyn. It's on 7 Marcus Garvey. It's not a theater space. It's a non-traditional space. So I turned it into
7 Marcus Garvey.
in Brooklyn.
listen here, Matt?
Best stock.
Question.
Best stock.
Answer my question first. We'll start with
So the question was, how do I get?
how do
I
you
meditate.
get like?
After I meditate,
Okay.
and I write and say that I'm leaving this character behind, leaving these
okay.
angers behind, these issues. It's not a part of me anymore. You know,
Now, when
just
you
really-
write it, not that I'm
Yeah.
so when I wrote this scene, it was tough to write. Do you find yourself like after you wrote it, you're like, damn, why did I write that? Because I can't get out of that mood. I can't. Then I take it out on them. Like just.
I get
You know
in
what I'm
it.
saying?
Yeah, I get in the. Sometimes you get in that dark.
Yeah.
Space, but you have to just identify with it. And once you identify with it, that demantles the power of it.
Yeah.
But if you don't identify with it, it'll just be traveling with you the whole time. So
Yeah,
it's gonna be like,
I
well,
said-
this is just a script. This is what I wrote for this, and the purpose of it is to relay this message. And then once you start to put those together, then it just comes down and brings it to take away the power from it. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense
That was
to
perfect.
figure out how
Took
to
the words
right.
out of my mouth.
That's what it is. See, sometimes somebody else can express
You
your
gotta
thought.
see one of your shows.
Somebody
Yeah, so
can
that's
express
what
your thought.
So-
Okay, so what do you do to
I don't
unwind?
live out here, but we could.
Like, do you listen to music?
I'm going back home today, but we come out here all the time.
Is
Is
that
that
you
the
have to
only
cut
show?
y'all because we still on it.
I'm
Okay.
still on it.
Right.
I'm sorry.
So So what do you do to what do you do unwind? Like, what are you listening to? What are you listening to in your music thing? You listen to the radio?
You need unwind though.
Me and me.
Like, okay, so I've been acting all day. I've been, in character. I'm going home. I'm taking off my shoes. What do you do?
Oh, I just.
He goes to a strip club.
They go get them all your ones.
No,
It
it's
goes
like-
to a strip club.
Gripping.
It's
so-
like when you just finish work, like you just want to just finish.
What do you do? So what
Trust
do you do when
me,
you go
they're
home?
adrenaline right now
It's still going.
because they performed in front of Clifton and you guys don't know them. They're gonna talk my ear off. When we're out here looking,
That's
told you,
okay.
Tony. Told you, Tony. Watch.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
I
You
just
did a
basically
great
go
job.
home and just
I love it.
it was actually just
It was intense.
shower.
I mean, for me personally,
You guys have the green pastures?
We don't live out here.
They live in
Yeah, I live in Hartford.
Yeah, they live closer.
Do you hang out in the green pastures?
Is he okay?
You know what I mean? Smoke.
Oh.
You gonna figure it out.
I mean,
At the end of the day, listen.
We real.
here.
I'm a drinking
This is
person.
Turn Up
Yo,
Radio.
okay, listen. You know what? Wait, time
About
out.
that
Not to cut you
Kendrick
guys,
Slap.
right? We're gonna play a game that I like to play. It's called "But You Can't Say That Though."
Oh my
But we gonna
God.
say that shit. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, boo, Quisha's ugly. You can't say that though, but it's for
Right,
real.
'cause you can't
know
call
what I mean? So
people's
what do
kids
you have
ugly.
something that you can't say because people get offended, right? But it's the truth about anything. So as far as like this, what do you feel that you can't say?
But it's the truth. Like, you see little Bonquisha's baby, and you think.
Why are you looking at me?
Don't worry about it. Let me hand Tony the mic first. Go on. So, I
It's
mean,
like, this is
whatever
something you
your
can't
whatever
say
it is, but you
because
know, people would
Sometimes
say,
we get
you
offended.
can't say that.
So it's like, yes, this is the
Because
truth,
so-
but you really
We're
can't say that
very,
because
very
of, you know,
easily offended. We are.
we're not even offended, just
But it's the truth.
But it's not
You
offensive.
should-
What I'm saying is the truth. Like,
Yeah.
people can't handle the truth, so you can't say that.
Like,
though.
so and so is
And at the end,
overrated
you
actor.
gotta say once you finish it, you gotta say,
But
you can't say that though.
Oh, you say something, then you finish
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Bonquisha's baby is ugly, but you can't say that though.
We going around the room doing that?
Yeah, we going around the room.
Come back to me.
All right.
That you're on there.
Okay.
Go on now. But you can't say that though. Go on, Tony. You're right.
Okay. Stop saying on Facebook that your eggplant is all that. And it's not.
Hey.
You're like a second. But you can't say that though.
But wait, here's the thing about it. Who's going to tell them? Like, see, here's the thing about that. You would have to say, hey, Billy, your eggplant, really not an eggplant.
Don't even
Like,
mind
what do you say
that.
that? But you can't say that, though. You know what I mean?
Steve.
Girl, hand the mic.
She's a Gemini.
Lord.
Hold on, you didn't let me finish. Let me finish. Steve. But you can't say that though.
Woo.
I'm
Yes.
sweating.
We gonna come back to me. I got
Look at his face.
Oh my God. Yes, he did.
because I don't know.
Honestly, I have to think about it too, because I really don't.
He's just shy. Just let it
No,
out.
I'm not. I honestly don't.
Can't say that.
But you can't say that, though. You can say it.
You can
You
say
can say Snoop Dogg is a terrible actor. But you can't say that though. He's a very nice guy. He's a great rapper. But watching him, like, stop. See what I'm saying? But you can't say that though. So I like Snoop. Please come turn on radio, Snoop. I appreciate you. See what I'm saying? Like, what I'm saying is,
Stop with all the politics, but you can't say
yeah,
that.
stop it.
There you go.
Like, just like it's
I
all
don't do
right.
politics though.
Yeah, me either. I don't do the
It
politics.
turns
or the
me
religion.
off when I see that. Yep, that too.
Yeah, because then I have to, get
You don't want to
on.
finish.
Hold on, I think I
I
got it.
don't care.
You said I got it.
You guys ready?
3 hours later.
Doesn't he look like Ronnie DeVoe from New Edition?
But then I just lost it.
But you can't say that though.
You can't say that though.
He
It's
said I'm
okay.
out of. He said I'm not doing that part.
Clip you at the next one. Is that your hair?
What my hair?
Not you. That your hair?
Well, what is it?
What's left?
What you thinking?
No, people buy that. That's why I'm like, but you can't say that though. I'm
Oh, wow. Yeah, they
I'm
do. They got
not,
videos
I'm not
on
kidding.
that.
They have like
Black people don't buy that.
You go, bro.
Yes, they
You'd be
do.
surprised the ones that are going, the guys that are going without the hair. They got a whole.
Yeah, they got a whole tutorial about getting.
Well, let's like to get down with that too then.
What's Skyler's got?
But you can't
Let me
say
hear
that
what you
though.
can't say that
Go,
though.
go, go.
I really don't got nothing.
Oh, so everything is fine. Everything is all in the world. Everything is great.
Yeah, everything in this world is good.
Okay.
But you can't say that though.
You can't say that though. Nonsense.
I got one. I won't be able to say that though.
Don't say it, cause please, you
Mine
are not
will be
allowed to
worse.
say. Please, I need you not to say it.
Why? Can I write it down
You can.
Is
Let
my
me say
reading
it.
for
It's
me?
my job.
and then say?
I'll read
say
it.
that?
I'll take that part.
You know.
That'd be my turn.
Nah, I'm the bad guy around here. I'm the bad guy. I don't care. 'Cause I always say stuff you can't say. Cause I don't care. I mean, I care, and I care only about Turn Up
You
Radio.
know what? People that are honest are the best people to be around.
Thank you. Where's my? Because I
There's
need
no
my
one,
family
yes,
to
ma'am.
tell the people I'm honest. That's the problem.
You know what? So I can't write this.
Don't write
It's
it.
too honest.
It's too honest. It's too honest. No, but so what happens if you when you do you guys go on auditions outside of this, or you just focusing on this?
Yes,
I guess you can't say that
Yes,
though.
they're the
I guess you can't say
But I
that
know
though.
they
I'm gonna be honest.
I know they do.
I go to other auditions and stuff.
All right, because I'm not an actor, right? So how do you find out about casting calls? Like, you know, is there like a secret life of casting calls? Like, how does it work? Because you know, I mean, like you see stuff on Facebook where they say Tyler Perry is casting for something. I'm like, yeah, okay. So how do you find it? Do
I
you have,
know
like, a booking
that you can use Backstage or on Facebook. There's all these different groups, you know,
Oh, okay.
for casting calls and stuff. You can submit your headshot and stuff too.
There's that. There's also Boston Casting too as well.
Oh,
I'm in a
yeah.
group in for on Facebook for New York casting calls.
Yeah.
So that's one of the groups.
Do you have to pay for that?
No, it's free for
No.
Facebook.
See, I'm learning something new.
Yeah, no, I actually got tired of doing that,
Okay.
and because it's New York, it's everybody that's
Everybody's
applying, everybody's
Mm-hmm.
saying they're doing casting, and nobody's really trying to pay, and it's
Right.
like low budget films. So I got tired of that. So my escape was to and just get the notoriety and everything. And I've just been selling out ever since I've been doing that.
That's cool.
Yeah. So
Is there something
sometimes
you
gotta
will
go-
not do?
Sometimes you got to go around. And, to
Right.
get
Do something. But creating your own is the best thing to do if you can. Like,
Yeah.
you know, some people are not that creative. I'm not trying to be funny. Like,
Mhm.
Right,
you
that's
know,
not true.
some people
Yeah.
can write. Those who write.
So I'm just waiting to be casted. You know, so
Oh,
I got turntables and stuff here.
That's it, right. You're
And I
supposed
just
to be a DJ. And who's ever- So is there something you will not do as an actor? Like, no, I'm not gonna kiss a guy.
I'm
not gonna-
Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm
Nah.
not doing that.
You're not gonna do it?
No,
I'm not playing with
that.
snakes.
Is there something that is there really? Like, no, I'm not doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Say
no,
that.
I
I'm
think
not.
you're lying.
Because you can't do that.
I'm not.
Because if someone paid you $1 million to act out a scene, you're gonna do it.
No? You can
Yes,
be
he's gonna do it.
It all depends on the scene.
He's gonna do it.
okay.
It all depends on the
What-
scene.
So what would be the absolute no?
No sexual interaction.
Yeah, I can't.
As a matter of fact,
I can't.
okay, question.
Mm.
What's the name Adebisi? What's the name of that show back in the day?
Oz.
You guys have seen Oz?
Yes.
Mhm.
Would you play that part?
Actually, with Adebisi, with that part, honestly,
He
I
was a
probably
bastard.
would.
He was a
would.
bastard.
I
He
probably
was a
would play that
bastard.
part. His character, he's hysterical.
Right.
Yeah,
True.
It's hysterical, and like I can actually see myself actually being that character, and plus he's Nigerian too, so
Right.
I can
Yes.
definitely relate. Like, oh my goodness, like, definitely, like I would not mind playing that character.
Okay.
So my thing about it is, as an actor
You
or an
played that
actress.
character in real life, which you just did, that motion.
Oh my God.
yeah.
But you can't say that.
But you can't say that though.
You're
Right.
an actor. Tell them
Right.
to walk over that.
That's
That's right. That's right. So I mean, so because my thing about it is, if you're an actor and the scene calls for this, but maybe the movie is not about that, and the scene calls for this, you're saying like, no, I'm not going to do it. Because I mean, I want to say actors act.
I mean, look at the scene they just did.
It's
Like,
right.
how's that
You-
going?
I mean, I'm
And it was
I'm not-
amazing again, guys.
Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. It was really good. But my thing about it is like, no, I'm not doing it.
So I'm gonna give you an example.
Yes.
He was uncomfortable with this scene.
Right.
What we call the battle. And I'll tell you why, because no
Not that
one,
much, bro.
no one,
She puts it.
he's like, rape. All of them, I'll send you the message. Tony, 1:00 in the morning, him, like, Tony, I know I said bring it, but rape. I was like, listen, you told me to bring it, study it, we're rehearsing tomorrow.
Nice.
That's it.
Yeah, but and I thought you guys did a great job, because isn't the point of acting is to make people think that you, and then you go do something else, right? Like, you know, you don't want to be the same thing. So
What did you
just-
think? You're an actor.
I think that I think if I wrote it and I was playing it, because I wrote it like Tyler Perry. You see, like he did that, right?
Right.
But as far as like everybody
Somebody
else
writing it?
writing it, and it feels like it's coming from the higher ups, and it's like some type of whatever they be talking about. I don't know if I can really attach myself to it, because then it means like, you know, different agenda for me.
Okay.
But if I was the person who wrote it to get my message across from that's going on in my brain, and I have to play that role, I think that I'll do it in that manner.
Okay, so what if you sat down with the writer and the writer is saying, well, this is what happened, X, Y, and Z, and I'm putting it in the story. What my thing about it is, because to me, what you're saying is it all depends on the intent behind what was written, right? So maybe their intent is not to be disrespectful, but to show something that, because if you can think it happened. Right? Because you thought it up. It might have happened to somebody else. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, because things that we think like, we live in we don't live in a glass bubble where we think like everybody came from a 2-parent home and we lived in a white picket fence in Connecticut, not Hartford either, Greenwich. That's where I don't want to live, honey. I can't afford it. But, so when somebody is writing something, if you could get a feel, because a lot of times you don't have the opportunity to get the feel from the writer, you get a script and that's it. You know what I mean? But if you got it and the person is like, well, let me tell you why there's an intent. And if they give you a good enough reason, would their good enough reason help you change your mind and say, you know what, I'm going to just do it?
Yeah, I still don't know about that. that's just me,
Right.
I guess I have to be in the position and see how it plays out. But for right now, I wouldn't. Unless I was the person who wrote it.
Okay. So if they told you had to, I don't know, shave off your hair or
shave
one
I do that.
eyebrow.
That's it.
I made you had dreads.
Yeah, I shave my beard.
You shave your beard?
Yeah.
Beard, can you shave your
I would
beard?
shave my beard.
Tell him no.
He had dreads.
Especially if it's the top role that I want to play.
So you wouldn't do it for B-roll. I don't know what's the letters. Is it letters, numbers? I don't know.
B-roll's like extra
just extra footage.
Oh, okay. See, I don't know.
You talking about
If
you were like you're just the
main
extra
person?
on the street.
I wouldn't do it for that. If it's a role that I really want, one of my dream roles to play someone. Yeah, I have to be a speaking. And if it's a dream role that I want to play that I look forward to doing in the future, most definitely.
What's your dream role?
Okay, so my dream role would be to play Jamie Foxx.
Oh wow.
You want to play Jamie Foxx?
I want to play Jamie Foxx.
Turn the mic around. Yeah. Dream role. Let's go.
Dream role.
Yes.
Play Jamie Foxx so I can be ready. I have to be all those characters.
Okay.
Dream role.
Geez.
Oh, dream role.
You said what you got?
Dream role.
That's a good ass question.
Sometimes, listen, my brain works sometimes. I'm telling you. I got a good enough diploma. That's why.
Would have to be to play my favorite basketball player of all time and everything.
AI crossovers. Crazy. I'm a basketball fan. Hate baseball. Just thought I'd throw that out there again. See ya. Go ahead. Dream role.
Dream role. I would say either Idris Elba or Will Smith.
Yeah, probably me too. Like Will Smith or a Spanish role of like.
You want to you speak Spanish?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just wondering.
Yeah, I would love to have like a Spanish.
You're gonna go do what do they call those?
Novelas.
Novelas. Yeah. I thought that was just a newspaper. What is
I do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Okay.
Spanish role. Yeah.
Does money matter?
No.
Depends.
Right.
On what?
On the role, on the scene, on the project. Say, I mean. Yeah.
Oh, look, let me give you an example. Eddie Murphy did Dreamgirls for no money. He didn't get paid for it. They said, the director said, you're going to do this role and you're going to get money on the back end, like after the sales, but you're going to do it. Eddie Murphy was like, what? He's like, yeah, you're going to do it.
But he got paid for it after, right?
After the fact, but everybody else got paid first.
Okay, yeah.
But he was like, okay. Now, he is Eddie Murphy. He really he's not hungry.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And you're not hungry either. But if you had a director that came to you and said, listen, you're going to act with Beyonce and Jennifer Hudson and all these big name people, and you have to get your money on end. Are you doing it?
Yeah, it's going to get your face
Yeah,
out.
definitely do that.
Yeah.
Because that's impact. That's more than a dollar amount.
And that's how you know you're really hungry and you really want to do what you're doing is your passion, because you're willing to put in the work, people see your work, that money's gonna come.
Right. Yeah, and then you're creating a catalog,
Mhm,
which will help you get the other roles and all of the money that you would ever dream of once you start to do those.
So I want to say thank you guys all for coming. You were amazing guests. You're gonna just go around the room and tell people how they can find you. So you can start with the boss.
Look at this.
You gonna hold it because
Oh, okay, cool.
Right?
that might go this way. I'm just saying, I'm a director. Oh, I got another hat.
See?
That's boss
That's
lady.
it.
Right.
Gotta be the boss to be the director. So you can find me, Toni Filmmaker Fernandez on Facebook. I'm Toni _filmmaker _Fernandez on Instagram, and you can find us on Instagram on the still.got.the.juice, and on Facebook under Still Got the Juice. And we appreciate you guys having us here.
You heard her say dots, right? That's because she's from Boston. Okay, go ahead.
So you can find me on Instagram and Twitter, Jeff Brown. There's no O in the Brown because I wasn't born with that name. I got adopted and my name became Brown. So JEFFBRWN on Instagram, Twitter. Or you would just type in the adopted one and the E's are 3's.
Tell them when can they purchase tickets for the next
Well, the next show is sold out. All my shows have been sold
sold out.
Nice.
Alright.
It's sold out in 5 hours. It's crazy.
Hey,
With 150 people. So
that's amazing.
And then I'm gonna take a little break. This year has been like real big year.
Emotional.
Big year. There's a lot of emotion that spills out from that. But I got a big show that's coming in next year. Time of next year.
Don't worry, you're gonna come back. We're gonna talk about
Yeah,
it.
we wanna go.
Definitely.
We wanna
Yeah, it's
go.
gonna be
We
good.
go.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Right.
tell the people how to find you.
Facebook, it's just my name, Tim Medler. Instagram, Real Tim Medler, and Snapchat, Tim Medler.
Okay, you wanna
My
spell
name.
that for the people? Because they probably like, who the hell? Look for
Medler.
the little yellow one with the polka dots on it.
So Tim and then last name MEWR. That's it.
Nice. Okay.
Hide your stories.
Oh no, we look for stories around here.
You can catch me on Facebook at Ezekiel Olukoya. That's EZEKIEL OLUKOYA. And it's Snapchat Future PHUTUR and the number 3.
That's so complicated. Future with a P. I'm gonna have to write it down.
You can find me at Facebook, Rebel Bueno. That's my name. RABELBUENO. And on Instagram, that dude Bueno. That _ dude _ Bueno. That's it.
No bueno.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's no bueno. I'm not playing with you. So let me give me my microphones. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
So again, I do want to thank you guys for coming. Really cool guests.
Thank you.
And thanks for teaching because that's important. And people need to know that, Turn Up Radio is not just about music. We're about entertainment, period. And when you have your next stuff, please feel free to throw us some tickets. We like going places. We like shirts and hats and stuff.
we'll
We
send you some.
appreciate you, right? There's a 2X,
Okay.
girls. I mean,
We got
all right,
you.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, that's right. Always campaign. for
Boss
free
lady.
stuff. Okay. Please feel free. There's just for the
So,
record.
boss lady, she just does like doing that to me. She never accused me.
I don't care.
She was like, oh yeah, by the way, just start
Play some
driving.
music.
She's the person. Left, right here.
Oh, I don't know my left from my right. That's me being true. Go
Left.
right there. Turn at the thing. See, that's not.
So we're gonna hang out for a while.
Yeah.
that's cool.
Mr. Sterling! Did you hear this? I'll tell you something, right? Mr. Sterling came to me, I walked in, Mr. Sterling goes, DJ Cool Kid, we're gonna have a great show tonight. From the back there. You understand what I'm saying? If it's not a go, right, Mr. Sterling?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're gonna play some tunes. Did you enjoy Mr. Sterling? That's Mr. Wilson behind, the thing, like.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna get it popping. Turn Up Radio, live, good interview, good energy, man. I love this, I love it, and I love it. Tell a friend, you know what we do around here, huh? So, boss lady,
Yes, I didn't do it.
can we have some fun? Can we have some drinks? Can we turn it for like a few minutes and all that good stuff? Can we turn the lights on? And, turn the fun lights on. I'm kidding. He's ready. We're gonna play some joints, man. Let's get it cracking. Turn Up Radio here on a Tuesday. Tell a friend it goes down, all right? DJ Cool Kid. I'm in the building. You see me raw. You heard what I do.
Get your mic. Thank you.
Get my mic. Where's my
Yeah,
mic?
right
Are you
there.
on Facebook?
Yeah. Because you're not gonna be
I
falling
gotta get
over
my
here.
mic. I gotta
Let
get
me
my
have
mic. So
that.
you'll play some joints.
That's not cute. Falling on.
I want to be an actor.
Oh, no.
I'll just be a DJ.
Yeah, why don't you just be operate in your
Well, I want to say this right now, right? Trade the narrow, yo. A lot of y'all niggas like to shit on that.
So my acting career lasted but like this long.
Toni with an eye.
Only for 6 years.
Where?
Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon for 6 years.
What's your more shape? We did the first one, like the first band or stuff like that.
That was recently or that was in the
Like, back in the day, it's like 2009.
oh yeah?
Turn up radio. Boy, the bar's open.
CD, I need more than another green one.
I like that.
TTMA, I go thunder for the catch a play. Piano stick like a perfect spit. Up the tempo, put it over beat. I make it bang and we start to show. Beat in my vein, give her off the chick. A little change, I get off from this. Beat it up, body it, then I come from it. This ain't a hobby, I was born for this. They should have had a couple horns and shit. Beat me, beat, chop, horror shit. They came behind me like the orchestra. When the lights get darker, bro. On the mic, watch you spark it up. I'm hoping the right, get the right shit up. You look high, but I'm nice shit up. The book on fire, get some pipe it up. You in the broke, get some light it up. I'll let you engineer, hype it up. And I see my little, get some light it up.
How many y'all pictures?
TTMA,
It's the old school pose right here.
Okay. Now I gotta get it. What's that on it?
Yeah,
This is DMX, DJ Cool Kid.
Now you got somebody else in this.
TTMA, everybody can kiss his eyes. DJ Cool Kid is the shit. Can't nobody fuck with this motherfucker. TTMA,
I feel so honored.
Who wanna flow made me dangerous. Fight all super same with this. I go thunder for the catch a glitch. Piano stick with the perfect spit. Up the tempo, feel off the beat. Slam in the gang and we start to shoot. Beat in my vein, give her off the chick. A little change, I get off of this. Beat it up, body it, then I talk from it. This ain't a hobby, I was born for this. They should have had a couple horns and shit. Feed me beat, chop the horror shit. The gang behind me like the orchestra. Turn the lights, get it darker, bro. Turn on the mic, watch you spark it up. Open the mic, get the lights up. The booth on fire, get the piping up. Me and the boat, get some lighting up. Let you get your air hype up. Let's go, get some light up.
So hold on, let me forget my phone. I'll be like, hey, I'm all the way back in Boston. Where's my phone?
I'm gonna be answering it. Yes, send the check to Tanya. Don't send it. No, not Toni. Tanya.
Leo called me.
Talking like I got 2 bricks on me. Talking like
All I want to say is, all I know is I heard that people. I don't like being ignored. I don't like being ignored. I don't like being ignored. I don't like it. So there's a hanging mic here if anybody feels like they can sing. Are y'all related?
And that's a real life statement. Don't believe me, got the chopper in the basement. Whack. Nah, we ain't chasing. Put him in the smoke. Try to knock me out the box, never been a square. Big mad. I can't deal with the chit chat.
You wanna scare me? Nobody gonna get hurt. Shouts to my nigga since a kid.
Yo, dope. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't see him when he's on that stage and doing his thing. Fire!
Okay, you gotta hold with it. Whatever you can say about the green down there, I would try to. Oh my God,
Huge attitude, what a big man. How shit chat, when this boy click, clack, push your issue back. Now it's emergency dispatch.
Yo, that boy is fire, man. Check out that. I'm about to say it. You're man, I don't react to him. My favorite is like.
He don't go on Facebook. He don't have Facebook. He's anti-Facebook.
Alright, tag 17.
I mean, for your own self. Very interesting.
See what I'm saying? Like, I see some big guys out there. Oh, look, that's my logo. Oh, that's from y'all.
Toni, I need
I'm just sitting in the car trying to get this case done. Didn't know all the charges that I was facing.
3, 2, 1.
What's up? I'm Toni Fernandez, writer, director, creator of Still Got the Juice, my cast. And we are on Turn Up Radio, which was dope. Dope. So tune in every Tuesday from 7 to 9, and you'll see how dope it is. DJ Cool Kid in the house. Woo!
Still got the juice.
All right, one more.
All right.
Quiet on the set.
I put my big ass head in there. You know what I mean? I was trying to get that. You know, I'm anal like
3, 2, 1.
What's up? My name's Toni Fernandez. I'm the writer director of
Still got the juice.
And we're here at Turn Up Radio, the flyest DJ in the world, DJ Cool Kid. And I forgot her name.
Tanya.
Boss lady.
Did we do it again?
Yeah.
Yo, we gonna use that as a cut.
Okay.
3.
Tanya,
2,
right?
Boss lady.
Boss lady.
Boss lady.
DJ, Boss Lady, DJ Cool Kid. Okay, ready?
3, 2, 1. Quiet on the set.
Now? I'm sorry.
Quiet on the set.
Okay.
Boss lady. 3, 2, 1.
What's up? My name's Toni Fernandez from. Sorry, I looked up. All right.
You call yourself a director. Let's go. Get it together. Find your focus. I don't know. What do you say to somebody?
Get it fucking together.
3, 2, 1.
What's up? My name is Toni Fernandez. I'm the writer, director, and creator of
Still got the
And
juice.
we're here at Turn Up Radio with DJ Cool Kid and the Boss Lady. We out here.
Still got the juice.
Boss lady. See, she got to do that again.
Huh?
Boss lady.
She all right.
What I
She all
gotta
right.
say?
Just left.
Do it
I
again.
should have been listening. I wasn't listening.
I can do it again. Yeah, if we messed up and didn't do Boss Lady, we do it, right?
It's fine.
We lit.
You just show you right
We keeping all those bloopers, just so you know. So when you big,
I got him too.
famous. Right.
Somebody's
Keep it on
armpit was sweaty on me.
Oh.
Ah.
It's on my toe.
Ooh, I'm going to get a professional personal massage tomorrow.
You going to a professional massage room?
Because this was said, hey, how's it guys? I'm a
All right,
massage
okay.
therapist.
Yeah, we going together. How about that? Because right here, what time you going? I'll be ready by 11. Like me, that's my best friend is going with me.
Anytime you free, check out my business professional massage therapy in the Bronx.
Yeah, so me and my partner.
Right? Ready?
Yes. I'm having 40 of these.
All right. Quiet on the set.
Quiet on the set.
3, 2, 1.
What's going on? My name is Jeff Brown, the adopted one, and you here with Turn Up Radio with DJ Cool Kid and Boss Lady. I think that was
Boss Lady T.
Boss lady T. Got Turn Up Radio.
Yeah, he
That
knows
was good one. That was good.
That's good, boss lady?
Everything good.
We got this.
I had to free because I didn't know what to say.
Yeah, this is all right. We can be on the spot.
So yeah, all going back to Boston or?
No, I got to drop them off in Connecticut and then head to Boston.
Right out.
I know, I'm in Boston.
So you could be here
This is live.
Saturday.
You know how we do it around here.
Yeah.
Non-scripted, never duplicated, all that good stuff.
Saturday.
Turn Up Radio. We gonna play some joints.
You have the flyer by any chance?
Facebook, just DM me.
Just say yes. Unless you with the fast, just say yes. You go some more. You get the rest.
Don't still
Just say
say
yes.
no.
Just not just say bread. Just say yes. You don't want no blue.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. So you
About
We just got to get the done by Sunday. I gotta send her everything like always do one or the other.
also yeah.
I can do everything.
about you just say yes. Unless you with the fast, if you just say yes. You go some more. Get the rest. We just say yes. I've been talking out your waist in my breath. Just say yes. You only know what you need.
So
Slow
we
Jackson,
will,
no action, no Mac B. Man, so you have no look straight to the TV. Some more secrets in the you know, she's with something like Genevieve.
Boss Lady, oh my goodness, thank you guys for coming. Yo, you guys are amazing. I want to definitely come to these meetings. I want to sit there with you guys.
everybody wave to the camera. Everybody wave to the camera. And that one too.
Oh, I was looking. I'm looking over there. I'm people, Bye. Bye.